How's it going, bros? So, I'm going to read a story called Changling Doll. No, I'm not Australian, but, whatever. Anyway, this is a story by Pickles. Yes, it is rated for sex, gore, violence, and comedy. And it's incomplete, so we're going to read the first couple of chapters, and I'll read the first chapter, second chapter, third chapter. Ooh. Maybe it's just a few different stories. Alright, so we will read the first story of the Changeling Doll. And it says, a changeling gets a very risky and clever idea, pretending to be an advanced magic doll left by an anonymous gift in front of Twilight Sparkle's home. It's so ridiculously stupid, there's no way it's not going to work. So, the first one is tricking your inquisitive owner. 2,800 and something words. Tricking your inquisitive owner. Alright. Twilight Sparkle just got back from her birthday party. A giant crystal tree castle was nice, but she still preferred using Applejack's barn to host the party. It's what they used the first time, and it's what she planned to use until the barn gets knocked down. Pinkie Pie, as usual, showed just as much enthusiasm making this party as she made every other one, making it the best birthday party ever. Twilight was sure the next birthday party she would be. That makes no sense. Somebody needs to rewrite this. Hold on. Twilight was sure the next birthday party she would be the best party ever too, as would the next one. Now, Twilight was tired. She was known to pull all-nighters occasionally when finding a good book or four, but any party of Pinkie's leaves you exhausted by the end. Giggity. It was probably because she was so tired that she didn't see the large pony-sized box in the front of her door. It was also probably why she walked face first into the box and hurt her snout. Rubbing her muzzle, Twilight glared at the box. After the box made it clear it wasn't going to apologize any time soon for squishing her face, Twilight's irritation quickly turned into the confusion as she examined the box. Confusion quickly turned to joy as she spotted the words "Happy Birthday, Twilight" on the box. After giving a little giggle and clapping her hooves together, Twilight teleported herself and the box to her bedroom. After making sure Spike went to bed, like he should have, she quickly went back to examining her present. Twilight's joy once again went back to confusion. There was no time telling her who it was from, or a return address. Just hers, and a note saying "Happy Birthday, Twilight," with a shrug. Twilight magically opened the top of her box. Lifting her forehooves up, she balanced herself against the present box, and tried to peer inside of it. Not being able to quite make out what was inside, she started to lift the gift up with magic. Twilight dropped her gift in shock when she saw it. It was a changeling! All right, changeling, come out of that box slowly. Twilight lifted up her horn, ready to attack. No response. If you don't come out right now, I'm going to blast a hole right through the box, she threatened. The changeling didn't respond. All right, I warned you. Twilight shot a beam through the box. The blast knocked over the box, sending the changeling tumbling out onto the floor, limp. Did I kill it? Twilight whimpered. She had never taken a life before. There were situations in the past where she had almost had to, but the comparison seemed rather cold-blooded. For a change, the changeling didn't even fight back. Conflicting feelings bounced around inside of her. Hopefully, the changeling was dead, and couldn't possibly hurt or scare her. Hopefully, it was alive, so she didn't. Wow, Twilight, you're a very, very, very interesting character, you. Twilight, quietly, Twilight tip-hoofed over to the limp box. It wasn't moving. It had a large burn mark on its side and was bleeding a little bit. Gulping in fear and shame, Twilight nervously got closer to it, lighting her horn and casting a couple wards and shield spells she knew. She very carefully poked it with her hoof. Yeah, that's smart, Twilight. Just tap it with your hoof. Just go ahead. Nothing wrong with that. The changeling's eyes turned up and it started to rise. With a yelp, Twilight blasted it again, slamming it into the wall. The changeling bounced off it and landed face down. Giggity. Slowly it rose off the ground and stared blankly ahead. Who are you? Why are you here? Twilight demanded. Please refer to the instruction manual for further input, the changeling blankly stated. What? Please refer to instruction manual for further input, the changeling repeated in the same pleasant yet monotone voice. What? Twilight deadpanned. Please refer to the instruction manual for further input. Twilight stared blankly at the changeling. She quickly glanced at the knocked-over box, then back at the changeling. If you light up your horn or move so much as an inch, I will incur a giant fly swatter and squish you with it. Classy, Twilight. Twilight growled. Well, Twilight, that is kind of racist. Please refer to instruction manual for further input. Twilight glared at the changeling for a few seconds, then snorted, turning backwards to the box. She quickly looked inside it for an instruction manual. Finding a slim book inside, she quickly pulled it over. Before reading its cover, she jumped up onto her bed and positioned herself so she could keep an eye on the changeling. After making sure it hadn't moved, she looked down at her skinny new book. How to use your changeling doll. Twilight's eyebrow shot up in confusion. Please refer to the instruction manual for further input. I wasn't talking to you! Please refer to the instruction manual for further input. Twilight groaned. She looks like she couldn't read out loud for a moment. Please refer to the instruction manual for further input. Or make noises. Twilight glared at the changeling doll for a second before opening her manual. Congratulations on owning your very own changeling doll. The changeling doll is the highest, most advanced piece of technology straight from the brilliant minds of Canterlot University. Never before has such a lifelike magical golem been made. The changeling can talk, debate, laugh, cry, and eat with you. It breathes, it sleeps. You would have never guessed it was a doll. Twilight gave a bemused snort toward that. Please refer to the instruction manual for further input. The changeling can do anything and be anything. Want a protective older sibling for your kid? Want your best friend to share your interests with? Want a parental figure you never had? Want a lover to hold you close at night? Want a child to cherish forever? Want a servant to tend to your every whim? The changeling doll does it all. Soon, you'll be wondering how you managed to live without one. The magical journey all starts on the next page. Twilight stared at her book in shock. Was this book really claiming that she thinks it's claiming? Nervously glanced at the doll. She licked her dirty dry lips, turning the page. The startup process is simple. Simply say, enter registration mode, and your changeling doll will talk you through the steps. If there is any error with the startup process, please look up at the error code it gives you among the table of contents. Wow, this book is getting interesting. We're going to have to stop here for a second. So, if you like this so far, please continue to the next reading. If you want to just be an asshole, then please hit the dislike. But remember, for every one dislike you give, I shall kill you. Thank you for listening to my reading of The Changeling Doll. Hope to see you again.